I would like to now ask, and I apologize for my deep emotion, but this is my family and the family of many others in this room. I would like to ask others who have dedicated their lives and dedicated the weight and strength of our government to seeing that such horrors never happen again, to come up now and say a few words. We are very, very pleased and grateful today to have Kay Mayfield, Deputy Assistant Secretary in the Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor, to come and say a few words on behalf of the State Department. Thank you, Kay.
Mrs. Lantos, members of the Lantos family, members of Congress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Department of State, I would like to congratulate you and honor you on the dedication of the Lantos Archive on Anti-Semitism and Holocaust Denial. It's an honor to take part in this ceremony. We share the admiration that all of those in this room have for Congressman Lantos and his life's work. Last year, we aptly dedicated a report on contemporary global anti-Semitism to Congressman Lantos. The dedication reads, "In memory of Tom Lantos, a leader of moral force and a champion of human rights." As the only Holocaust survivor to serve in Congress, he attested with uncommon eloquence to a truth based on unspeakable experience. Promoting tolerance is essential to building a world of freedom and peace. May every conscience remember that anti-Semitism is always wrong and is always dangerous. May every voice speak out against anti-Semitism, and may all of us have the civic courage to take action against anti-Semitism and other forms of intolerance whenever and wherever they arise. The report itself characterizes anti-Semitism as a form of malicious intolerance that violates the precepts of human dignity and equality that are fundamental to a free and peaceful society. Unfortunately, the fact that we published this report shows that this is not simply a part of history, it's part of the present day. For our part, the Department of State is committed to actively applying the tools of diplomacy to combat anti-Semitism at the national, regional, and global level. These archives will help to expand the scope of information that's available to us and to other concerned governments for analysis and action regarding all forms of anti-Semitism, including Holocaust denial. The Department of State shares this information gathering responsibility. We recognize how important it is and how difficult it can be. Under the Global Anti-Semitism Review Act of 2004, the Department of State has the mandate to document and combat acts of anti-Semitism globally. We publish the information in the annual country reports on human rights practices and in the annual report on international religious freedom. All the reports are based on careful research, consultation, and documentation of the incidents and policies that they describe. Our Department of State officers at embassies and consulates around the world rely on local contacts, media coverage, eyewitness accounts, and other sources to compile the narratives for each country. The audiences for these reports vary widely. Obviously, they include the members of Congress to whom the reports are addressed. Information in the reports also provides the basis for diplomatic engagement with countries where issues of religious freedom, including anti-Semitism, arise. Non-governmental organizations that work in various countries both contribute to and consult the reports when they assess conditions and formulate strategies aimed to effect constructive change. In the conduct of diplomacy, the Department of State uses the reports to guide its engagements in ways such as consultations with foreign governments, negotiations, and bilateral and multilateral agreements and resolutions. Concerns about religious freedom and tolerance are part of our overall policy toward every country, and we seek to work in partnership with other nations to further these fundamental principles. We raise these issues with the goal of focusing attention on human rights abuses, including anti-Semitism, in a way that will lead to action that places such abuses beyond the bounds of acceptable behavior. We hope as well that the courage and the accomplishments of those who speak out against these practices will inspire others to add their voices and their efforts to overcome the poisonous effects of anti-Semitism in all its manifestations. Our work complements that of the Lantos Archives in all of these efforts, and we look forward to working together to share and analyze information. The Lantos Archives will be a valuable addition to the global body of information on Holocaust denial and other forms of anti-Semitism. We trust that this resource will make a positive contribution to replacing ignorance with fact, hatred with tolerance, and conflict with cooperation. Thank you very much.